news media hear us? All rise. Circuit Court Branch 8 is back in session.
Thank you. You may be seated. Attorney Simon, I think you have two of them. Are they quick or not quick?
Joe Orso.
Okay. Attorney Sarver, are you here?
Just stepped out.
You just stepped out? Okay. Then Attorney Kippa, why don't we take yours first then? Thank you. Brown County case number 24 CF 191, State of Wisconsin versus Mauricio. Angel Powless, Assistant District Attorney Larry Lassay is here. Attorney Jeff Kippa is here with his client. I have been handed a plea questionnaire and waiver of rights form. It looks like a plea of no contest to counts 1 and 3. Is that correct, Attorney Kippa?
Yes, Your Honor.
There's no amendment necessary on them?
No.
Okay. What happens to the remaining counts?
Dismiss it right in, Your Honor.
Is that the state's understanding?
It is, Your Honor, yes.
And then I do see the jury instructions with the elements. And then there is one final page that does appear to have the plea agreement on it. And then we anticipate a pre-sentence investigation with a sentencing date, it looks like, correct?
Yes, please.
Okay. Mr. Powless, have you had enough time to review this case with your lawyer?
Yes.
Am I pronouncing your name correctly?
Yeah.
Okay. And have you had enough time to review this plea questionnaire with your lawyer?
Yes.
It looks like you did sign the plea questionnaire yesterday, is that correct?
Yes.
Is the state in compliance with victim notification for today's purpose?
I believe so, yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. One required warning I have to give you: if you are not a citizen of the United States of America, you are advised that a plea of guilty or no contest for the offense with which you are charged may result in deportation, the exclusion from admission to this country, or the denial of naturalization under federal law. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You are 19 years old right now, correct?
Yep.
And you have at least a high school education, correct?
Yes.
Are you currently receiving treatment for mental illness or disorder?
No.
Have you had any alcohol, medications, or other drugs in the last 24 hours?
No.
You have the right to a jury trial where all 12 jurors would have to agree that you're either guilty or not guilty, the right to remain silent, the right to testify and present evidence, the right to use subpoenas to require witnesses to come to court, the right to make the state prove that you're guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, and the right to have your lawyer cross-examine witnesses also. Do you understand you're giving up those rights by entering a no contest plea?
Yes.
Are you doing this of your own free will?
Yes.
Has anybody put any pressure on you or forced you to make this plea?
No.
Let's review the charges next. Count 1 of the information is felony attempted first-degree sexual assault, sexual contact with a child under age 13. That is a Class B felony that has a maximum penalty of 30 years imprisonment. Do you understand that's the maximum penalty?
Yes.
Count 3 is felony second-degree sexual assault of a child under 16 years of age. That is a Class C felony with a maximum penalty of 40 years imprisonment or a $100,000 fine or both. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Do you understand I don't have to go along with any plea agreement or recommendation, and I could sentence you up to the maximum penalty on each offense?
Yes.
And I believe the sex offender registry for a lifetime is required. Are we all on the same page with that?
I believe so, Your Honor.
And the state believes that too?
Yes.
Okay, do you understand that, Mr. Powless?
Yes.
Let's review the elements next. It's a little more complicated because of the attempt
It is.
aspect of it.
Right, so Judge, and just to clarify on count one, there was no actual contact, so that's where the attempt comes in. Filling out those jury instructions a little bit tricky
Okay.
with this fact scenario.
I'll be able to get through it here. The first element is that you attempted first-degree sexual assault of a child, sexual contact with a child under age 13, which requires that you intended to commit the crime. The elements of that crime are first, that you had sexual contact with the victim. Second, the victim was under the age of 13 years at the time of the alleged sexual contact. And then the second element of attempt is that you attempted first-degree child sexual assault, sexual contact with a child under age 13, requiring that you did acts towards the commission of the crime which demonstrate unequivocally, under all of the circumstances, that you intended to and would have committed the crime except for the intervention of another person or some other extraneous factor. Do you understand those elements?
Yes.
And you had enough time to talk about it with your lawyer?
Yes.
Okay. As to second-degree sexual assault of a child under the age of 16 years, in count 3, the first element is that you had sexual contact with the victim. Second, the victim was under the age of 16 years at the time of the alleged sexual contact. Do you understand those elements?
Yes.
These are felonies, so you may not vote in an election until your civil rights are restored. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And you also may not possess a firearm because of a felony conviction. Understood?
Yes.
Do you have any questions about anything that we've talked about?
No.
Did I do the immigration warning? I did, okay. There are offenses being dismissed but read in. When they're dismissed, the penalties don't apply, and I can't sentence you on those counts, but when they're read in, I can consider the conduct as a whole in this case. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Attorney Kipp, are you satisfied your client is freely, voluntarily, intelligently, and knowingly making the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied he understands the elements, the facts, and the rights he is giving up?
Yes.
Then Mr. Powless to the charge in count 1. Felony attempted first-degree sexual assault of a child, sexual contact with a child under age 13. What is your plea?
No contest.
And then count 3, felony second-degree sexual assault of a child under 16 years of age. What is your plea?
No contest.
I'll accept the no contest pleas. Find that they've been freely, voluntarily, intelligently, and knowingly made. He understands the elements, the facts, and the rights he has given up, which we reviewed here today. I will find you guilty of those 2 offenses, order judgment of conviction, entered into the record. Counts 2 and 4 will be dismissed but read in accordance with the plea agreement. And then I will order a pre-sentence investigation and will schedule for sentencing. Does the state anticipate anybody speaking at sentencing? It looks like
I think
yes.
that's probably a good chance.
Okay.
Yes.
How about Friday, April 4th at 2 o'clock?
Judge, can we go into the next week? I'm out most of that week, and I worry about when the pre-sentence comes back, I gotta have time to review it with my client.
Friday, April 11th at 3:30.
That should be fine.
Okay, Friday, April 11th at 3:30 for sentencing. Pre-sentence investigation due, let's say Wednesday, March 26th. Anything else from the state?
No, sir.
From the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, then that concludes for today. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.